Yes, guys, it's your boy JB, and welcome back into another episode of the Hoops Hustle Pod. Now, it's only been a week, but a lot has happened since we last spoke.
So much happened, man.
Listen, I don't even know where to start, but let's really start off with the trade that just happened the other day. Pascal Siakam has finally been traded to the Indiana Pacers, paired up with Tyrese Halliburton. KJ, man, how do you feel about that?
To be honest, that's a good pickup for Indiana, you know.
I love the pickup.
Especially because they're a small town. They ain't really going to be able to land so many big name free agents. So I feel like that was a bold move, trading away 3 first-round picks and then Bruce Brown.
Yeah.
Kind of did Bruce Brown a little bit dirty, but, you know, it's part of the game.
Yeah, I think Bruce Brown was on like a 2-year contract anyway, so I don't think he was in their long-term plans. The Pacers, they needed some wing depth. They needed someone at the wing desperately. They're the highest scoring team, in the league. So I feel like the addition of Pascal Siakam, offensively, yes, he will improve them, but again, they don't really need help offensively. It's defensively.
Defense, yeah.
Defensively, they definitely need that. Paired up with Miles Turner, that's a good pickup for them.
I think even on offense, I was doing some research. I think Pascal Siakam is ranked top 3. I think in fast break points.
Yeah.
And then when you've got Tyrese Halliburton ranking also top 3 in fast break assists, it's like that's a match pair.
That is
match made in heaven.
That's perfect for them. This is what you want. If you're like a young superstar, this is what you want from your organization. Organization that's willing to make moves to help bolster your team, to help maximize any chances you have of potentially winning a ring. Even though they're probably not going to be contenders, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Literally. So that's a great trade for them.
And if you look at their squad depth as well, like you mentioned, Miles Turner, you've also got Buddy Hield. Do you trade him? Do you keep him? And I feel like now you kind of need him for that, to be able to stretch out your 3-point shooting in that regard.
But again, giving up first round picks for the Raptors, do you feel like that was a lot for Pascal Siakam?
Considering where those draft picks are placed, so it's Indiana's pick of this year, and then it is the worst of the Houston, OKC, and I believe, I can't remember the third team off the top.
That's not bad though, two teams that are actually doing all right.
Yeah, so it's going to be low lottery kind of picks, because I do expect Indiana to make the playoffs. Okay. I expect OKC to make the playoffs, so you're going to get some low picks.
Yeah, okay, they're expendable, to be honest. That's not too bad. I feel like with the Raptors as well, they're going in a new direction now. I think they finally got rid of every single player from that 2019 championship team.
Fred VanVleet went for free, OG Anunoby.
That was a bad move, I think. The Fred VanVleet, letting him go for free during free agency, I think that was a bad move.
And he's doing well for Houston as well.
Yeah, they are. They need to duck down though, because my Lakers need to take their spot in the playoff standings, but we'll see. But yeah, man, that's just obviously one trade. To be honest, trade deadline recently has been a bit quiet. I thought there would have been more moves.
We've got 2 weeks left until the deadline. I believe February 8th.
Yeah, February 8th.
So it's like a lot of moves. I know Lakers is going to be making moves.
Do you know what?
Other teams are looking to make some moves.
I don't want to speak about the Lakers too much, but I don't think they're going to make a move. Obviously, they're linked to DeJounte Murray from the Hawks. But really and truly, does that move make you a championship contender? I feel like it's a lateral move.
You see, the thing is, Lakers have been balling better a lot recently. You've seen Starvin, Scams. He's made some changes to that starting lineup, Reeves, D-Loading,
Prince,
AD, LeBron, and then Prince.
Yeah.
And they're offensively much better. So it's like, okay, cool, starting to make sense now.
But I feel like that was common sense. But apart from that, the Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, what move are they going to pull off? Because there's no way they can keep this team going into the second half of the season.
They were looking at getting Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
And I feel like now with Pascal Siakam gone, it's like really who's available for them to make that move?
I don't know, man. Because at the end of the day, if you want to make a trade, you want to make a trade that's going to put you in that upper echelon sort of cool title contenders. And right now, there's not really a superstar. Obviously, Zach LaVine, who was linked to the Lakers.
Yeah.
I think they can pull off maybe a trigger for Zach LaVine.
But does it fit their team though?
Yeah, he's more ISO heavy, but I do feel like if you're playing with someone that's better than you, unequivocally, which is Steph Curry, you're going to fit into whatever system they play. And he's someone that can space the floor. He's athletic enough to move the ball around, kind of cut. So I think he will fit into the team, but in terms of championship favourites, it's not really doing much.
Another team that needs to make a move, we mentioned it last week, the 76ers. Do you feel like they're going to make a move with all those draft assets that they got for James Harden?
It's tough because Embiid, the way he's playing that, you saw the big game he had against the MVP. That was a great matchup. When he plays against Jokic, he gets up for those matchups.
Yeah, comes out alive.
I think it was like, 41 points, 10 assists, 6
And this is
rebounds.
recently coming back from injury as well.
Exactly, man. So I feel like, again, what move could be out there for the Sixers? What about Zach LaVine for the Sixers? What do you think? Maxey, LaVine and Embiid.
I think that can work, but I feel like the salary is a bit too much. And do you
That's true.
wanna waste all of that salary years? Like it was a long-term contract.
It will lock
on
you
Zach
in.
LaVine kind of thing.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam made sense. They need a wing player, and I'm thinking that they don't. With the way Tyrese Maxey's been playing the season, they don't need to go so heavy on. Oh, we need an all-star, we need a superstar. Maybe like get two good, solid starters in a team that can actually make a difference.
Do you feel like Maxey's going to make the All-Star team?
Oh yeah, deservedly so.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but we'll pick that later. What about... Actually, he's had a bad season. I was going to say Andrew Wiggins.
But the thing is, then, what do you trade for him?
His trade value right now is low. His trade value right now is very low. So that could be a low risk, high reward, kind of situation.
I guess that could work because obviously Wiggins and what's the name, Joel played in college. So I feel like maybe they can have that. To be honest, that's actually a good shot.
It's not bad, but then apparently the way Wiggins has been playing, I've seen his games as well. I don't know what happened because he was instrumental in that 2022?
Yeah.
2022 championship that they won. For him to fall off how he has, I don't know what's happened to him. But
it could be that Warrior is just a sour organisation right now. Like it's just a bad atmosphere around. So maybe like I feel like all of them need a new leaf of life.
Yeah.
I feel like Klay Thompson needs to leave.
Yeah.
I feel like Draymond Green probably should go to Detroit at least.
That would be a good pickup, actually. Klay needs to go. I think his time might be up this season, especially because he's drew a new contract this summer. I don't think they're going to sign him to big money. So the thing is, Draymond's been playing well this season. He's been shooting it well as well. Defensively, he's been good. But all the shenanigans, you know what he brings as well to the team. Do you think this is finally the year the dynasty ends?
Yeah. I feel like the year the dynasty ended was last year, to be fair. When Bob Myers left, that was it. I feel like he left at the right time.
He stood the writing on the wall. I think he's even in the NFL now.
Yeah.
He got a contract. But speaking of trades, speaking about teams that need to improve, let's talk about a team that right now who are rolling, right now who are looking at the championship favourites. And as a Lakers fan, it pains me to say this, but the Boston Celtics.
In the beginning, like in summer, everyone was saying the Milwaukee Bucks won the whole offseason with getting Dame Lillard.
I was saying that.
To be honest, that dynamic duo makes sense, but no one knew that Boston had something up their sleeves. That Boston was going to get Drew Holiday.
I knew, for me, Drew Holiday is obviously a good signing for them. But for me, it's Porzingis. For me, Porzingis has been the X factor for that team.
But when you look at it, it's like, Porzingis has been the X factor. But deep it, you lost, what's his face that went to Memphis? Marcus Smart. And everyone was saying, like they're missing that leadership. So you gain Porzingis, but then you gain Drew Holiday. Who's a better offensive player than Marcus Smart.
How the hell are they doing all this with the contracts they have on that team?
And Jason Tatum is due for the big bag.
Jason Tatum's going to get a big payday. I think it's this summer.
Do you feel like he's been playing at MVP level? They got one of the best records in the whole league.
The thing is, it's hard because when you're playing on such a good team, you're probably going to get overshadowed. Like, Jaylen Brown's been balling as well. He's having a great season. Porzingis is having a good season. And Derek White, people are talking about him in an All-Star game. It's like, so for me, MVP, I can't really say MVP because you got so many other X factors on the team. But he's having a great season, 100%. But MVP, I wouldn't say that. But man, they're 20-0 at home this season, undefeated. Who the hell is going to beat this team at home this season?
In the regular season, I don't even know. And the thing is, that's one area they lacked in last season. You saw the way how Miami Heat just steamrolled over them.
Hawks as well won some games.
So it's like, okay, cool. Boston know that they need to solidify their home court. And they've got the fans behind them as well. They do. They've got to protect the parquet floor.
They're just hitting checkpoints where you feel like, okay, this is a championship team. Like, they're taking care of the teams they need to take care of. They're beating the good teams as well. Again, undefeated at home this season. It's like, what's the ceiling for this team? Again, the only thing is, what you can say is injuries. Porzingis does get injured a lot. Yeah. So that could be potentially a factor they may need to worry about. But
I think ever since they got Drew Holiday, I said, it's a lock. Because the first six off the bench.
Bro, like, perfect. Literally perfect. And what Porzingis does for that team as well, being able to space the floor as well. And I feel like with his game, he's got some dogs around him. He's no longer just settling. You know when you sometimes get like a small guard switched onto you, he might settle for like a floater. But now he's actually going, attacking, going to the rim. He's like, what, 7'3", so...
Especially when you're playing in the East, man.
Yeah, East is a bit more soft, so... I said Nuggets were the championship favourites. But from what I've seen from the Nuggets, it could be a case of, listen, we just won a championship. We're just kind of coasting through the season.
And then playoffs.
Yeah, you get me. You know how it is already. But Nuggets and Celtics, I don't know if I'm going to pick... I might pick the Celtics.
I'm sticking with the Celtics. I feel like the first 6 players that you can call off the team sheet is A1. I feel like Derek White has been going under the radar, been playing really well. Drew Holiday, for me, one of the best defensive guards.
Yeah.
You got Jason Tatum, who, for me, in my opinion, is one of the best young players in the league.
Oh, yeah, easily. They definitely have the best starting 5 in the league, 100%, hands down. Man, I don't know who's going to beat them. The only team I can say, and it's so crazy, is the Miami Heat. For whatever reason, the Miami Heat just somehow figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah, I feel like in the East, for me, the only team I'm picking, I can see Bucks doing something.
I think the Bucks can do something this season, but I do feel like, I don't know, it's tough because Giannis was a one-man show 2 years ago.
Now you got Dame.
Now you got Dame, so...
Dame time.
You saw the game winner he hit the other day.
2,500.
Listen, and that's what the Bucks need, is someone in the fourth quarter who can close the show, who can step up. Because even though Giannis is second best player in the world, when it gets dicey in those fourth quarters, he does come up a bit short. Which
you need someone who you can have confidence in.
100%. That's why he defers to Dame in those final moments. So, again, Bucks, please, if you can, take out this team for me. Because as a Lakers fan, I can't see the Boston Celtics winning the championship this season.
I feel like they got one more loss to help them grow. I feel like they got one more in them.
Because you know those young teams where they have to go through the battles, whatever, before they overcome it and finally win that championship. But I feel like losing to the Warriors in the finals 2 years ago humbled them.
Especially Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and also losing to the Miami Heat as well last season. So, speaking of the Miami Heat as well, Coach Spo signing a new contract. I think that makes him the highest.
One of the highest paid.
Highest paid coach.
I think long term, not per year. Pop still got that.
Yeah. Speaking of the Miami Heat, Coach Spo recently signed a new contract, making him one of the highest paid coaches in the league. So let me ask you, who are your top 3 coaches in the NBA this season or in general?
In general, I think Coach Spo is number 1. I feel like he's shown you the ability to be able to coach an all-time superstar like LeBron James,
That's true.
Even Jimmy Butler, and he's also shown the ability to coach, I don't want to call them scrubs, but like players that come out of nowhere, undrafted players.
Yeah.
Look what he's done with Duncan Robinson. Look what he's done with Tyler Hero, even though Tyler Hero is a lottery pick. Look what he's done with even Bam Adebayo. Like you're seeing Udonis Haslem fade out, and now Bam coming in. I feel like being there for such a long time, like Coach Spo has shown that his ability to coach anyone. Like he's taken teams without superstars to the finals.
Yeah, that's true. What about number 2?
Number 2 for me has to be Tyronn Lue. I think Tyronn Lue...
That's a good choice.
I feel like obviously with Clippers being wishy-washy of late, I feel like his credit is not deserved a lot.
Yeah. It's hard when you obviously coach stars because people are not going to give you the credit. But in terms of X's and O's, commanding a team, leading a team, he's definitely a coach I would want to play for.
Look at what Clippers are doing now.
Yeah, they're balling as well.
Like for me, you can tell he's someone that's got the pulse of his players.
Yeah, 100%.
Someone who knows how to communicate with his players, get them going right, like knows how to motivate them.
Do you know what's so mad? I saw pictures of LeBron's birthday party and then Ty Lue was there. I don't think Darvin Ham was there, you know.
We already know who LeBron wanted when he first joined.
That's mad. Like, if you're the Clippers team, how do you feel about your head coach being at your ops birthday party, really and truly?
I feel like them lot,
they know what it is,
the LA vibes, man. They know what it is,
man. I guess so.
Like LeBron won him a ring, fam.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, if it wasn't for LeBron, he wouldn't be the coach where he is today.
That's true. What about number 3? You got number 3?
Number 3, I think I've got Who's Your Daddy? Mike Malone. I think Mike Malone has shown his ability to coach this young Nuggets team from when they were nothing to the team that we saw them last year. Like, they were hands down for me the best team in terms of rotational players and even a 2-man game.
100%. Even when in the playoffs, the way they execute basketball, obviously you got Jokic, who's the best player in the world, that does help. But the X's and O's, like, he will know when to call timeouts. He will know what plays to run after timeout.
Sometimes he even just leave them to play.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, he's definitely in the top 3 for me. So we saying Pop Pop is not in that.
I think history, for sure, Pop's obviously top 5, but for me,
Yeah.
it's like, now, even with San Antonio Spurs, I thought getting Wemby, they would have done a little bit more, a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I feel like his time is coming to an end, because especially to be able to relate to young players now, I feel like Tyronn Lue's definitely got that knock. You see how he's got the pulse. Even Mike Malone has got the pulse of like young, knows how to communicate. I feel like Pop's that granddad for him.
It's true. I think it's like comes to a certain point where the coaches and the philosophies are kind of get aged out. So I feel like coach, he's still a good coach, but again, I did expect more from the Spurs this season. Eric Spoelstra, definitely number 1 for me. I could agree with that. Tyronn Lue, you know what? I wasn't thinking of him, but as a number 2, I would say if I was a player, he'll be the second person I'll pick. So I agree with that. And Michael Malone, yeah, I can definitely agree with that as well. So those are the top 3 coaches for me.
The Heat did Eric Spoelstra solid.
Oh, what was the
They did him
contract?
a solid.
So, yeah, you explain it for anyone that doesn't know.
So obviously he's in the middle of recently getting a divorce now. And then the Miami Heat said, yeah, we'll wait till your divorce settlement is done and then we'll give you a contract.
You know what? Those are some real guys.
That's the Miami Mafia for real, fam.
That's a real organization, because you know that half of that money was going to, you feel me, someone else. Not saying she doesn't deserve it, but like as a coach, as just someone that's you want to protect your assets, 100% out. Like that's a real team right there.
Talking of the Heat, have you recently heard D-Wade's getting a statue?
Deservedly
What's your thoughts on
so.
that?
Even though, yes, LeBron might be the best player to play for the organization, D Wade is obviously the greatest player to play for that organization. So,
Wade County for real.
Wade County, you know, that was his house. Yeah, man, definitely deservedly so. I want to see what kind of statue. What do you think is going to be the statue?
I feel like it's going to be that, you know.
Oh, what, like that?
I feel like it's going to be this one.
I'm trying to think what iconic. Yeah, man, probably still. Because you know like how you have Kareem's got the skyhook, Magic was passing. Trying to think what other statues are there. Shaq obviously dunking.
If it was a joint statue, then I know what.
What the love
Yeah.
LeBron. Yeah,
But I feel like if it's D Wade, I feel like this is my
that
house.
one, innit? Yeah, that's iconic. That's iconic. Now, deservedly so, man. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see what they unveil. Is that
Talking of
happening this
statue,
year?
yeah, in 24, I think the beginning of next season.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel like LeBron deserves a statue in Miami?
Ooh, it's tough. Do you know what? I'm going to say yes, and this is why. They retired Michael Jordan's jersey, and he never played a single minute for them. So LeBron, who won you 2 chips, 2 times final MVPs, regular season MVPs, fam, like, let's be real. Even though it may not have ended how you wanted it to end, but let's not disrespect what LeBron done. So
He gave you 4 solid good years. Fam.
4 solid good years is definitely an interesting question, but for the fact they retired Michael Jordan's jersey and he didn't play a single minute, LeBron deserves a statue. I don't care.
Cleveland definitely getting one.
Oh, 100.
Miami should get one.
What about the Lakers?
Yeah, he needs to win one more.
He does.
At the very least.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to deserve a statue in Lakers. If he wins 2 more, then cool. I'll give him.
2 more, that's a hard...
But that's a stretch.
That's a big stretch, I can't lie. Obviously, I feel like if the championship they won wasn't in the bubble, let's be real, I think it will hold more weight.
I think in the eyes of everyone, yeah, because I feel like that's what gives the haters that one thing. You want it in a bubble.
But in terms of statue in LA, but even though, yeah, it's so crazy, when you actually just single out his career in LA, he's done more than a lot of people in LA have done.
If you deep it, it's the Kobe fans
maybe.
that is just not accepting of LeBron.
What about AD? Do you think he can get a statue? Or let's say a jersey retirement.
I feel like AD needs to win at least one more.
He needs to win a notable individual award for me.
Yes.
He needs to get like an MVP. Defensive player of the year. It holds weight, but...
Because if you look at, especially Lakers, if you look at all the names in the rafters, you're seeing Shaq. You're seeing
Big names, man.
You're seeing Kareem.
Heavyweights.
AD needs to do something that's worthy of Shaq. Kareem.
Like, let's be real, man, yeah. Like, let's say the Lakers do end up winning the championship this season. I would love for AD to win Finals MVP.
For me, I want LeBron. I just want anything to solidify his GOAT debate, man. Because for me...
As a LeBron fan, I hear it, but I feel like LeBron's, like, his legacy is set.
Yeah.
I feel like AD needs this, man, because people disrespect him way too much. And I feel like this season, he's been the best player on the Lakers.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I would say. At the start of the season, it was LeBron, but as of recent, AD's come along and they come on fire. So
I think that's what it's supposed to be. LeBron's in year 21.
it's to be expected finally. So the third round selections of All-Star voting have been released. Have there been any surprises that you've seen?
I think the number one surprising for me is finally LeBron ain't leading the votes. It's been a couple years now.
It has, what, maybe like 6-7 years straight for LeBron.
Giannis now leading with 4.3 million votes.
So what does that mean? Do you think Giannis is becoming the face of the league?
Nope. Some of those fans that are doing the double vote, triple vote, vote classes for.
He's got an international vote as well. Yeah, that could be a factor. For me, the most surprising thing right now of the All-Star selections is that Devin Booker has no motion. In terms of guards, what's he ranking at now?
Ranking number 9.
Ja Morant is higher than him, and he's played like 7 games this whole season.
I think that's the thing with the West. The West has always been a guard-heavy league. You got Dame moving to the East. It's just stacked with guards. Like,
Stacked up.
Who really, like, Steph is fan favourite. But if you really think about it, the 2 guards that should be starting is SGA and Luka Doncic.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. Because right now you got, who else have you got above him? De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, he's probably more deserving. Anthony Edwards.
Deserving.
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie's been balling recently though.
Better, yeah, for me, better than Devin Booker.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Obviously, yeah, Steph Curry, Luka and SGA. Well, James Harden as well.
So in the West, who would your starting 5 be?
The West, for me, locks are Jokic, Luka and SGA. The forward position, it's tough. The 4, I might pick Anthony Davis. For the 3rd, for me, it's a toss-up between LeBron and KD. I feel like they'll probably end up giving it to LeBron, but KD's been tough as well. But to be honest, I think they've both relatively been the same this season. KD, LeBron, either or, Luka, SGA, Jokic, and AD in the West.
For me, I think guards, SGA, Luka, deservedly so. I think them two have, especially SGA is, for me, top 5 and MVP in my opinion.
Killer, man. Killer.
Been killing it this season. Luka's obviously been doing Luka things. Forward, like you said, Jokic's a lock. My 3rd will probably be AD.
Yeah, I think he's deserving.
I think AD's been deserving more so LeBron. I think he's had a better season.
Yeah.
And then for me, the final pick will probably be Kawhi. I think what they've been doing, the Clippers have been...
Ooh, I'm going to have to switch my pick because how can I forget about the way the Clippers have been easily better than the Lakers and I can't have 2 Lakers in there.
For me, AD is more deserving of LeBron. Clippers could be that little threat to actually win it all.
It's true. The only reason why I said LeBron is because I think he's going to end up leading the votes on the West. So I feel like he is a shoo-in. But if you had to pick in terms of who's deserving, yeah, Kawhi has to be in there 100%. What about in the East?
In the East, for me, I think the locks for certain is definitely Joel Embiid.
Yes.
Jason Tatum.
Yes.
And what's his name? Giannis.
Yes.
I think those are my 3 locks.
For me, guard and lock has to be Tyrese Halliburton as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton has to be.
It's that 5th one. It's like, I'm seeing Trae Young 2nd in voting.
It's hard.
Amongst the guards. You got Dame 3rd. You got Donovan Mitchell 4th. You got Tyrese Maxey 5th.
Let me ask you, is Jaylen Brown a forward or a guard?
Jaylen Brown is down as a guard 5th. The 3 forwards that are definitely making it is Jason Tatum. Did I say Jaylen Brown's a guard?
Yeah, you said
he's forward, sorry.
Oh, he's a forward.
For me, the 3 locks for forward is Jason Tatum, Giannis, and the MVP favourite.
Yeah. I don't know, guards has to be Tyrese Halliburton. I'm really struggling to see who they're going to put in that 2nd guard spot.
And the thing is, it could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
It could be Jalen Brunson, who's deserving New York Knicks.
I forgot about Brunson.
Like, ever since they got OG, they've been balling.
Yeah.
You got Trae Young. I'm not too sure about Trae Young, in my opinion.
Trae Young started off the season slow, but he's been killing it. But the team record, I feel like with the All-Star, they kind of look past team record kind of thing. So it could be Trae Young. You also got Dame. I would personally wouldn't give it to Dame.
Okay.
I wouldn't give it to Dame. However, also Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs, 2 big injuries to their team.
And they're the hottest team in the league right now.
Them and Utah, the hottest team. 2 big injuries to the team, and they haven't missed a beat. So Donovan Mitchell's also deserving. I really don't know who they're going to pick. I can't lie.
Do you think Donovan Mitchell should be traded?
I'm going to say yes, because as presently constructed, can you win a championship in the next 3 years with that team? Yes, Darius Garland is going to grow. I think he could be all-star player in the league. You got Jarrett Allen also. Evan Mobley as well can also grow. Would they be championship contenders?
I just feel like the middle of the pack.
They are, man. They're like a middle of the pack team. So it's like, for me personally, I would trade him to where? Obviously, he's always going to be linked to New York. He was linked to Miami Heat at one point. Do you think they can still pull it off?
I don't know if Miami Heat's got the draft assets for it.
Yeah, true.
And I'm not really letting go of Hymes.
Yeah, because he's definitely going to be involved in that trade. So it's tough because they've been winning games. A lot of people thought that they were going to end up starting to lose games with their two big guys out, but they've been winning games. So this season, they're definitely going to keep that team together. In terms of surprise picks, who do you think is deserving of a surprise All-Star pick this season?
I think one for me will definitely be Jalen Brunson. I
Yeah.
feel like what he's done with the Knicks, there is some form of identity there.
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
thought it was going to be Julius Randle's team, but nah, Jalen Brunson's been like, nah, this is my team. I am him for this team.
Dallas Mavericks must be vexed that they traded them away.
I feel like I'll still have Kyrie over, but I feel like for losing him for nothing,
Yeah, that's
they
true.
messed up big time. And it was only over a couple M's, you know.
That's what being stingy gets you. I think for me, my pick will have to be one of my favorite teams to watch, the Orlando Magic, Paolo Banchero. That guy is a killer. Second year in the league, leading the Orlando Magic to a playoff spot right now. They've got some big injuries to their team. Franz Wagner's been out. Marco Fultz has hardly been there this season. And he's leading them, man. Like, obviously, they lose some close games, but he's always coming through in the clutch. So I feel like, for me, he's deserving of maybe a reserve pick in the All-Star game. He probably won't be a starter, but definitely a reserve pick this season.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah. So we've got some supporters asked us some questions. Let's go through them. Kaz gave us a question saying, what's the issue with the Bucks defense this season? And should Adrian Griffin been given the keys to this team?
For the team that they have, I don't feel like he was the coach, the right fit for it. I feel like there are better coaches out there that are more deserving of a roster that
man.
depth.
When you're a first-year coach, being given the keys to coach two superstars, I don't think that was the right choice.
And those are top 75 players, superstars.
Exactly. And Kaz, I know he's your guy, but when you're starting a backcourt of Dame Lillard and Malik Beasley, you're gonna get killed.
Man.
You're gonna get killed defensively. Like, let's be real. Obviously, Malik Beasley was on the Lakers last season, and we saw what happened. He had to get benched because he was a cone on defense. So if you're basing your defense on those two guys, any guards in the league their eyes are open going up against them.
The thing is, you got good, solid bigs for defensive, but it's like you need to stop the head of the snake.
Yeah, the point of attack defense is weak. So, but yeah, when you're starting a backcourt of those two guys, that's going to be a problem.
The thing with Dame, he brings so much offense that the second guard needs to be defense heavy.
It has to be. So when you're starting Malik Beasley next to him, that's not going to help the team at all. I think Jay Crowder's coming back, or I think he has been back for the team. So maybe they put him in that second guard spot.
But that'll be too big though.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But they can't have those two guards because anytime I'm watching the Bucks, any guard that goes up against them is having career numbers. And with the Adrian Griffin pick as well, I don't feel like he was the right coach to be coaching this team. You need a more established coach. You need someone that's been through the wars, someone that's more established in the league. So, yeah, man, that's the answer.
We've got another question from Adam.
Shout out Adam. Thanks for the
He's
question.
asked us, who's the most underrated player this season and why?
The most underrated player this season? That's tough. I'm going to have to go Kobe White of the Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
He has been balling, and
a
no one
left field
expected.
response, you know?
It is a left field response, but listen, I watch my NBA. But Kobe White this season has been balling. No one expected it. I think he's probably the front runner right now for most improved player.
Okay.
I think the injury to Zach LaVine was a big factor. He stepped up in his presence. I think he's averaging like 22, 23 points a game. Again, no one expected it, and he's been leading them to wins as well. So my underrated player this season has definitely been Kobe White.
Okay. For me, it's another White, but Derek White. I feel like Derek White, what he's been doing for Boston has been allowing the other players to seamlessly do their thing.
Yeah.
But he's been definitely, for me, an all-defensive player this season.
That's a good pick, man. Derek White, he's getting all-star shots this season, so...
Deservedly so, but I don't feel like you can have 4 Boston Celtics in the all-star.
No, but I think, remember the Atlanta Hawks of like 2015, I think?
Yeah.
They had like 4 all-stars. Personally, I won't pick him to be all-star because there's other guards having much better seasons in terms of productivity. But what he's been doing for the Boston Celtics, he's been killing it, I can't lie. So Yeah, that's a good pick as well.
And then the final question we got for this week, Danny's asks, what does the Lakers need to do to be finals contenders?
Lakers. Do you know what? I'm coming to accept the fact. I think it just might not be our year. I'll be real. Because in terms of trades, I just don't know who's out there, man. People are saying Zach LaVine, but is that really a needle mover for me? Personally, no. DeJounte Murray, is that really a needle mover for me? That's more of like a lateral move. So I don't really see us getting much better. For me, if you want to win a championship, you have to say, cool, when we go up against Boston or the Nuggets, we are looking eye to eye to them. And I don't know, man. I just don't think, unless they're getting Steph Curry or something crazy like that, I just don't feel like it's our year this season. I've come to accept it.
If they can somehow swing for Klay Thompson, I feel like that you get a motivated Klay who's looking for a contract.
Yeah.
And then you've given LeBron a lethal shooter. And I think for me, what Lakers need is shooting.
They do.
And
Desperately.
people that can shoot on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Because their team's actually not that bad.
It really isn't, but shooting is definitely the main thing with them. Because defensively, they're holding teams. It's not like they're getting blown out by teams. It's just that offensively, they just can't keep up with the better teams. So, yeah, shooting is definitely a factor. But are you really taking 2024 Klay Thompson?
For me, if you're pairing him up with LeBron James, easily. Because I feel like LeBron, he needs shooters. Look at the best teams he's had. Look at the Cleveland team. He had people that can shoot on a consistent basis. And I think that's what the Lakers are lacking. You see Jared Vanderbilt taking threes, bricking it. He needs someone that can shoot on a consistent basis. I feel like I was hearing another trade. I feel like if they could pull this off, getting Clint Capella and DeJounte Murray.
That would be a good...
Because you allow AD to play at the 4.
Yeah, that would be a good pickup, I can't lie. One other trade also... So obviously they were linked to Zach LaVine. The contract's a bit crazy, whatever. But if they can get Zach LaVine and Alex Caruso for the Bulls, do you think that can?
Well, it depends what you give them up for.
Yeah, probably Reeves, D'Lo, Rui. They're all probably gone.
I wouldn't make that trade.
I would love Alex Caruso back on the Lakers, man. That's like a Derek White type of player to me. A connector, someone that just does all the dirty work.
But I feel like you lose so much offense doing that.
You do. But you get Zach LaVine though.
Yeah, but for me, if D'Lo actually does 16 points a game, and Austin Reeves another 16 points a game.
Yeah. My thing is with D'Lo is just that it's kind of like James Harden in the playoffs where teams are more athletic, where they're really aggressive. Defensively, he's gonna get hunted like he did in the Nuggets series, and it's just like. And also, he was bricking as well. For some reason, his shot seems to disappear. I think he averaged like 6 points a game in that Western Conference Finals. So, yeah, I don't know. D'Lo, he has been playing well of recent, but I'm always going to be skeptical when it comes to the playoffs with him. So.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Hoops Hustle podcast.
And as always, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Subscribe, like, and comment on this video, and keep it coming.
Send us your questions as well.